Well, hello, fellow RVers and happy campers. Tony here with Stressless Camping. And today, as the title of this video would tell you, we're doing a review of the Lectric XP 3.0 electric e-bike or e-bike. This is coming to you from the perspective of a relatively lazy RVer. And we've had it for a year, so the bike has been to a lot of places, but not always off the rack. But I'd like to share with you how it's held up for the past year and some of the things we love about this thing and some of the things we honestly change. We also have done a full podcast this week on the Stressless Camping podcast about e-bikes. And so there's a QR code where you can find that. We also have articles about this and more. In fact, whenever we do any of these videos, we usually also have a full written article with all the details and sometimes discounts if we can get them at our home on the web at stresslesscamping.com. So don't forget to visit there and share with your friends. Oh, heck, share with people you don't like. It really helps us out. And so, all the usual YouTube stuff, smash the like button and subscribe and just all that baloney that you hear on YouTube, right? So let's talk first of all about e-bikes in general. Why do you want an e-bike? This is actually our second Lectric XP. We had the Lectric XP 2.0 and we thought they were fine. We had two of them. They were on a bike rack on the back of our travel trailer and, big, huge box on the highway in Flat, Kansas. A lady just didn't stop and rear-ended us and destroyed both those bikes and the trailer for that matter. We were fine. So then we saw that as an opportunity to get the version 3.0 of the Lectric XP. And what I can say about that is the 3.0 just feels like a very much better and more polished product. It's just feels like some of the things about the 2.0 were, I wouldn't say rough, but they were not sophisticated, right? This 3.0, that's not true at all. It feels like a very finished, well-engineered product. Another thing I will say about the folks at Lectric, they're just really good people to deal with. They have a good tech support, and it's based here in the US, and the company just does a good job. I've also reviewed a rad power bike, mini step-through, which you can find here. And we have a review on another e-bike, the Pucky Puppy Beagle, which is a very different e-bike than this one. And that's maybe something to think about. There are all different kind of configurations of these things. So the rad power bike did feel more sophisticated than the Lectric 2.0. The Lectric 3.0 changed all that. Why would you want an e-bike? Well, if you're an RVer, you can, if you're, let's say you're parked somewhere, you can go local restaurants or grocery stores or things like that. And I found a lot of rails to trails places now. We had a great one in Louisiana, in the South Hills of South Dakota. It's really great. Let's say you want to exercise, right? Any electric bike has the provision of you shut off the motor and it's just a bicycle. Most of them have that 7-speed Shimano gearbox on them. So you could just ride this like a plain old bike, or you can add different steps of what they call pedal assist. So at 1.0, you're pedaling and it kind of helps a little bit. It's like takes some of the weight out of the bike, and all the way up to 5.0 where it's kind of a kick in the pants. So that's something. Let's say you want to exercise, so you ride as far as you can physically ride, and then once you're tired, you can kick on the pedal assist or even use it like an electric motorcycle. You can ride as far as you want to ride and then kick on the pedal assist, or even use it as an electric motorcycle and go back to where you came from. So it does have a lot of flexibility. In fact, recently we were at that Romp It Up roundup, and Peggy's knee was really bothering her, and so she just used her Lectric e-bike as an electric motorcycle. So it was really helpful. What I like to do is use the electric motor to just kind of get me going from a stop. That's my preference, but the flexibility is there. It's a neat thing if you have mobility issues, if you haven't ridden a bike in a long time. Go give them a try. And like I say, there's some places that have these available to test ride at a bike shop. That's not a bad idea. So let's talk about the Lectric XP 3.0. This has, according to them, a 500-watt motor, but with improved torque performance over their older one. So it's 850 watts peak. What does that mean? This bike kind of is a kick in the pants to drive. I mean, if you really lay on the throttle, it gives you a good boost. There's a new controller that's able to put out more power, which means you can get a better headlight, which they have, and just this kick in the pants. Gears have also been improved on the 3.0. Gear 7 used to have 14 teeth, but now has 11. What does that mean? Faster pedaling. You get to go faster. We did upgrade the seat, and boy, what a difference that made. It's just a more comfortable seat. And that's the thing, it's pretty easy to interchange all these things. I also noticed the handlebars on the 3.0, much nicer design, much better grips. As I said, it just feels more dialed in and thoroughly engineered and better built than the 2.0. Not that the 2.0 was bad, but this is just, some things just feel good, and this does. Everything about this bike is easy to adjust. So seat height, handlebar height, all of that. And it all uses levers, so you don't have to bring a bunch of tools with you. And that's kind of a neat thing. The front suspension is it's adjustable, and apparently there's 20% more travel than previous models. The rear cargo rack is now integrated into the build, and it's welded in. And what that means is you can hold up to 150 pounds, and there's even a seat available, so you could take your kid along or whatever. There is a mode where it limits the top speed of the bike to, I think, 10 miles an hour. If you have the seat, you can turn these things on and off. Oh, and let's talk about the controls on the handlebar. There's a lot of options you can do. These are typically limited to 25 miles an hour of power. I mean, if you're going downhill and you don't hit the brakes, heck, you might hit 100 miles an hour if you're crazy. But in terms of pedal assist, 25 is typical for this style of e-bike. You can override that in the controls to 28 miles an hour. 28 miles an hour feels pretty fast with these smaller tires. This has larger brake rotors than the 2.0, 180 millimeter versus 160. And I will say we got the optional mirrors, and they are outstanding. These mirrors are fantastic. We really like them. The way we had been transporting the bikes on the back of the trailer, and the trailer has a 300-pound capable receiver hitch. So what we were doing is we took the batteries out, which is pretty easy to do, and we put them on the bike racks on the back of the trailer. And then we started doing that again with these newer XP 3.0s. Then we're like, and they fit. They fold up really tight. So we were putting these on. We had to get a new bike rack too, because the last one obviously got smashed. And we were putting them on the bike rack on the back of our travel trailer and taking the batteries out, which made them lighter. What we found is they really fold up nicely and go in these totes. And we just put the totes in the back of the truck. And that has been more, I don't know, I feel better about it. Another upgrade, since we live in New Mexico and we ride around here a lot, We upgraded to these things called Tannus tire inserts. So we bought them at the Quartzsite Sports Vacation and RV show. And they are sort of a pool noodle looking thing that goes inside the tires. But anyway, we have a lot of goat heads and other spiky, ouchy things here in the desert. And we've ridden these bikes all over and not had a flat. So the Tannus tire inserts are absolutely worth, for where we live, very much worth the upgrade. And so we did them to both of our bikes. So let's talk about what I really like about this bike. It's small. It is easy to ride. It's a step-through frame, so it's easy to get on the bike. The motor has a real good kick to it, so it's fun to ride. I think the range is supposed to be 25 miles. I have never exceeded that. And obviously it depends on how much weight it's pushing and how much pedal assist you dial in and blah, blah, blah. It's like having a tank of gas, right? If you're accelerating and decelerating quickly and all of that, you're going to use the gas more quickly than you would if you're being easy on the throttle. That being said, I've never actually gotten somewhere and it's like, oh, I'm out of gas or out of electrons. I like the rack on the back. The whole bike feels real solid. It's easy to adjust to good position. I really like the bike overall. The one thing I do not like about this bike, who in the wide world of sports decided to put the key underneath? And that was on the XP 2.0, and it's here again on the 3.0, and it's fiddly and annoying, and no me gusta. So that's the one thing I don't like about that bike. They're affordable, well-made, good customer support. So would I recommend these for RVers? Yeah, not without hesitation. I have for the past year. I've given a fair number of people test rides. They're like, ooh, what's that like? Take it out and go for a ride. And as I said, it's real easy to adjust out on the fly. So there you go. Well, I have a full written review along with tips, tricks, deals, our weekly RV podcast, RV reviews, and so much more at our home on the web at stresslesscamping.com. I appreciate your joining me on this review of the Lectric XP 3.0. And most of all, stressless camping.